What up, guys? On today's video, we are reacting to women who are getting rejected. There was a gal that I happened to come across a post of a screenshot that she put up getting left on a date. She sent him a text saying, "Hey, where you at?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, I left." And they went through a little bit of a back and forth on why he left, and let's get down to that. So here is the gal's page. It is a Sean Lavelle James. She is a content creator of some kind. She has 228,000 followers, and making her way down through what she's got going on. She apparently has a best friend that she doesn't like anymore. I didn't really read much about that. Then she made a post about body shaming and stuff like that, and there's her doing what she's doing. And here is the post of what she is reporting on. So it says, "I finally let this guy take me out after he stayed in my DMs begging for a chance just for him to play in my face and walk out on me at the restaurant. If y'all can't afford to take women out, stop begging for dates. It's sad he had to come up with a lame excuse just to leave me stuck with a bill I couldn't even afford," which is kind of crazy. And the crazy part, his issue was me not knowing how to eat a steak like like, be for real. As a man, it's your job to teach me, not embarrass me. So not only is he broke, but he's lacking masculinity too. I'm exposing him because the world needs to because the world needs to know how he did me. My take on this is that there's a lack of accountability going on here, and I haven't even read what they got going on here. So let me just make a quick overall view of what I'm reading and how I'm seeing this. So one, there's a dude who's in your DMs that you did not talk to for a long time. Okay, that's fine, whatever. You know, girls, they have their preferences on who they want to go out with and who they don't want to go out with. Not a big deal. A lot of you gals who have guys in your DMs, we all know that. The main complaint that she's having is that she got ditched. She was rejected pretty much, and she's not happy with that. She's not having that, and his issue is that she can't eat a steak. You can kind of see here that she's just mowing down on some steak here, and she's saying that it's his job to make sure she knows how to cut a steak. So here's the thing: women today want to be treated equal as a man. They can make arguments, they can get in your face, they can tell you how things are. They are in control of the relationship while simultaneously being treated as a woman, where they get preferential treatment, where men open doors for them, pay for all of their expenses, their dates, their foods, their bills, their groceries, everything that's going to be covered financially, and also having the expectations that men need to care for them in a certain way. For example, teaching them how to cut a steak, buying them flowers, getting them jewelry, and essentially getting the benefit of men's utilities. But in reality, you can't have both. You cannot be a strong, independent woman who doesn't need no man while simultaneously being a delicate flower that is waiting to be picked and placed in a vase and admired and loved forever and ever. You can't have both. You're going to have to choose one and stick to that. And for those of you wondering which one the man is going to choose, here's a secret. Men like flowers. They're going to go pick the flower, and they're going to take it home with them, and they're going to be happy with the little flower. And that's what we want. We just want to have pretty things and just admire it and love it and appreciate it, and that's going to be it. We don't want something that's going to argue with us daily. We don't want to come home to a hectic household where it's just a nonstop battle and a constant argument. We don't want that. That is not on the list of things that we want. So yeah, he ended up leaving because she didn't have manners, and that's kind of what it came down to. And she's blaming him for not teaching her how to have manners. That's not up to him to teach you to have manners. So getting back into this post, let's continue reading about what the major complaint is. So she's definitely mowing on some steak here, and here is the text that she's sending to him. It says, "Hey, are you okay? You've been gone from the table for like 10 minutes. I left." "What do you mean you left? You haven't even paid, and you said you were going to the bathroom." "I paid for my food." "Dude, WTF, I hope this is a joke." And he goes, "The joke is you, a woman that's almost 40, picking up a steak and biting it like you're an animal. You're embarrassing and classless, and I hate I ever dropped in your DM. You're nothing like you appear to be on the internet." That happens a lot. We do end up meeting with women who don't come off as they appeared in their profiles or in their pictures. There's some distinguishing physical features that a lot of men have come to find out when they go on a date with a girl, and she was not as she made herself appear on her profile, which definitely sets the mood for a date. And she goes, "Nacho, I only allow you to take me on this date so I can get a meal." So right here, this part I have a big issue with, is that her main objective was to go on a date to get a free meal. And a lot of dudes have to deal with women like that, where they just want to get free food, and the dude's just trying to actually genuinely get to know you. And in other cases, it sounds like this dude might have not been that interested in getting to know her and more interested in getting to know her in the bedroom. But that's I can't tell what his thing was here, because it doesn't say he was trying to do that. But nonetheless, she wanted the meal and said, "Ain't no way you're playing in my face like this. A real man would have shown me how to properly eat the steak. If you're broke and can't afford me, you shouldn't have took me on the date. I don't have the money for this food. You need to cash at me. Shawty, you got your meal. You just got to pay for it. Be blessed. Big rabbit teeth ho. big rabbit teeth ho. This is not uncommon. This happens often where people go on dates and the date goes bad. So I think the premise of this is that there was some bad intention happening here. She was going in for a free meal. He was going into, I don't really know what he was going for, but he didn't stay long. With all the available context clues that I have here, she was going on a date with a guy that she initially curbed. She was on the date with him to get a meal and disappointed that she ended up getting rejected. And then Buddy stood up for himself saying, I'm not going to entertain a date with a woman who eats like an animal. And it's ultimately just going to have to come down to preference. Guys can have preferences now too, and that's just kind of what it is. It sucks that she ended up having a bad date and having to pay for her meal, but don't look at guys as free meal tickets. When you go on a date, get to know the person. Should be your main focus, because that's the whole point of the date, is to get to know each other and then decide if you want to pursue something after that. And if it's not going to work out, it's not going to work out. I could make the argument that he should have maybe said, hey, let me show you how to cut your steak or something, but I don't know what I can say about that. For some guys, this wouldn't be an issue, but on the same hand, we need to have a certain expectation of each other. And if women are expecting men to hold themselves to a certain degree, a certain caliber, we should hold our women to the same degree, like being able to eat properly. And for those of you guys who liked what you saw, her name is Sean Lavelle James. You can go and check her out on Facebook and whatever other social media content she might have. And that's going to be it for my take on this video. Like and subscribe. Make sure to check out Sean Lavelle James. I'll catch you all in the next one.